Hello, everyone, and welcome to our universe. All right, the CayVin Universe. But yeah, Caylin is not here this episode. Take some time off. She will be returning next episode. So for today, that allowed me to have a pretty cool opportunity to catch up with an old friend, from the old gym personal training days. So that's the beauty about podcasts like this, is that it allows you to jump on Zoom, shoot the shit with an old friend, and you could throw it on YouTube and on the podcast for everyone to see and listen to. So that's pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna be doing this episode: Mushroom Galaxy, CayVin News, and our end segment, of course, with our always interesting main topics. We'll return next episode. So yes, for now, please enjoy my conversation I had with probably one of my best friends, old Walter. What do you got to say about that, Kay? You're not excited? I got to catch up with an old friend, and you're not excited for me? You have nothing to say? See, this is the problem. This is the problem, Kay. People are tired of hearing me talk. I know they don't comment, they don't like, but I know what they're saying. They don't like to hear me talk, me flapping my gums so much on this podcast. They want to hear what you got to say. What do you got to say? Well, maybe next time. It's right. I still love you. But yes, please enjoy this special, interview catch-up session.
So look at this guy right here, looking like a true Viking stud.
I'm your Viking. Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. What's been going on? You been in the gym, looking a little lean and mean over there.
I am, man. Believe it or not. I mean,
look at that little gun.
Yeah, 22s. 22s.
Joker, or what's that in the background?
That guy right there. That's Corey Taylor, man, from Subliminal Verses Volume 3, The Knot. My favorite mask. Hey, this was well before the Joker, man, Heath Ledger. Although rip to Heath, man.
That's awesome, man. Well, what else has been going on? How's family life?
It's good, man. I'm exhausted. Thank God you can't see my eye bags right now. I put on some good eye cream that you recommended to me a couple months back.
I did?
No.
Dude, I don't even remember what I said last week. But nonetheless,
I don't even know where I am right now.
One of my good friends, I wanted to get you on here in the show. We've been talking that you wanted to come on here and stuff. So man, let's just shoot the shit. And then if there's anything that's been bothering Walter or anything like that, feel free to let us know.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, man. I've been asking you for about 2.5 years, so I finally appreciate it.
Hey, nobody. I've been telling you too. Nobody ever wants to come on the show because you saw what it takes. All this bullshit that we've been dealing with.
Yeah,
beforehand.
I know, man. You're. I don't know what you were showing me with those wheels and reels. Look like a 1940s cinema, whatever was breaking down in your laptop.
Dude, yeah, you saw. I don't know what's going on with my computer. So if I can't get that fixed, no one's ever gonna see this ever.
Look like a horse and carriage inside of a horse and carriage, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's a little bit. That's how it is. A little bit of future and a little bit of Amish country out here.
Oh yeah, shit. Amish oak, bro. Cherrywood. Shout out to Bush as well, the band.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about Bush. Is that one of your favorites?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I was born in '87, so I grew up during the grunge era. If you want to talk about music other than that Super Bowl, which was really, really good, by the way.
Oh yeah, you checked it out?
Mm-hmm. Halftime show was great, very unique. I really wanted the Bengals to win, but I'm proud of the Rams as well, man. I'm glad Stafford got a ring for all his girls,
Yeah, they both did good. It was a good game. Yeah, and that half pretty badass. So yeah. The throwback. It's like everyone's like on a throwback because it's like music is I don't know what it is nowadays. So it's like everyone's the throwbacks now.
It's the same thing with movies. All they do is remakes. There's no new material, man. That's called over.
There's a book. They have to like Dune. They just came out with that. Wasn't that like a book in the freaking like 70s or 80s or some shit?
Yeah, just like The Giver, just like Ender's Game. We talked about this at work. By the way, me and Big Vin worked at Planet Fitness for a while there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my old personal training days.
Yeah, I hope that's okay with us saying that. Huh? Yeah.
No, that's how we met. I'm proud of my 2-year run as a personal trainer.
Yeah, I'm proud of my 6-year prison sentence.
Dude, hey, I mean, yeah, if we're talking about it. I mean, you ran that fucking place. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I did, man.
Smoke, but you took care of business there.
Yeah, we both did, dude. Whenever you would show up, rarely, but
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I mean. I told you for this Zoom. I said 9:30 to 10, but you know it's gonna be after 10 because I was never early. I was
yeah,
always late. And
I set my
yeah,
alarm for 1 a.m. Yeah,
dude, you know me, man.
I
That's how
know
it goes.
we
But
like
no,
to
I mean,
dog on each other. I really do appreciate you having me though. But going back to
yeah,
music, we talked about it at PF before. I call it oversaturation, man. There's just too many people doing the same thing, and so nothing's original anymore.
yeah, yeah. It's like no one knows
So,
what to come up with it. And it's like, yeah, it's almost like it's like we come full circle.
mhm.
You get to that point where it's all this, inventing of new music and new sounds and stuff, and then it gets old, and then people don't know what to do, and then they want to go back to the classics. I don't know. It's weird. It's a
Exactly. It's
weird.
the same thing's happening with podcasts. Everybody wants a podcast now, and I'm not
Yeah,
saying that because we're here right now, but that and TikTok and all that's fresh, and
yeah.
like is Instagram, is that even? I mean, I made an
But
Instagram and it's like,
that's what I mean. Nobody's on Instagram anymore. I mean, at least if they are, we're not getting them because we had like 2 likes on a post. So I think everyone's on TikTok, even YouTube. Not that many people on YouTube. That's why,
yeah, but
with the whole thing, it's like people are gonna phase out, right? Just like with the music boom. People are gonna phase out, and the real
yeah.
ones are gonna be stay.
But I love podcasts, man. Look at Joe Rogan and what he was able to do. Like, I think
The
podcasts is
Godfather, I
so,
would say.
yeah, it's so interesting to see people talk, especially in front of a mic in a situation they're comfortable with about whatever.
Right. Yeah, and it gets our viewpoints out, and because let's face it, I mean, until podcasts and shit, I mean, you just had local radio guys, and then you had basically celebrities and talk show hosts, and it's like, let's
Mm.
face it, most of those are dumb fucks. So here we are.
And here the two of us are.
Yeah, here us two dumb fucks are.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
agree, man.
that's how podcasts originates, just from two dudes that met at work, and like you said, we dog on each other all the time, and that's my type of sense of humor, that dark sense of humor, and that's why when I met you at work, when I started working over there, we immediately clicked, and we've been pretty much best friends ever since.
Hmm.
And that's how podcasts start, just how we would shoot the shit at work, and how many times would we'd say, dude, this should have been on a podcast, an hour
A
long
million,
conversation,
a
barely pay
million
attention
times,
to customers.
a million times.
People would just be checking it, would just be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, can I use the sauna? Oh yeah, sure.
You want to know what's funny, man? Is yeah, did they cancel your membership when you quit? Did you ever check?
No, I never checked. I mean,
I
I did. I don't even
so
went, I
I
never went back.
asked, I asked, and mine was still good. So I was going right to use the perks, and at a different one, and they caught me, dude.
Like what they like rip. What they
They
say?
didn't have the balls to tell me, but I got a text from someone I'll keep anonymous for their safety, who texted
Okay.
me when I was using one of the black card spa perks and was like, "Yo, they just caught you right now." Um, and they knew that through a text link message, group message. And I
The
was
fucking
like,
CIA tracking you and shit.
"Yeah,
Like they're like trying to finish the Illuminati's on you. Like,
it's
hey,
because
they know you're using the fucking spa, bro.
dude, it's because I went in there and I didn't have the app, and so I had to give them my phone number, so it made them look more. And they're like, "Oh, you work at that location." So they texted like, "Yo, does this dude actually work there?" And they're like, "Nah."
Dude, that place is the definition of petty. Dude,
Yeah, I
that's
know. I was like, "Dude, they do it for everyone else, man. Come on, bro."
bro. We knew so many people that like stopped working there when I started and would go for like
They're still
years.
there. They're still there.
They're still there
Come
working
on,
out.
man. We can name
Yeah, I
names,
mean,
but we won't be petty.
yeah, I mean, it's just a little the little political game that a place like Planet Fitness played, and you can't say that there's not a huge political game in the world when it comes to the government. If a place as small as Planet Fitness, run by those people, you had all that political bullshit. Imagine the rest of the world. That's what I
Yeah,
think
they're all
about.
gerbils, bro. They're being run by gerbils this whole time.
Yep, going up Richard Gere's ass, man.
Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
that's
man,
part of our relationship is just saying random shit to make each other laugh. It doesn't even
I
have
was
to
just
make
thinking
sense.
of Richard Gere. I love his acting, but you know who my favorite is? Michael Douglas.
Why can I remember the face but not the movies?
Black Rain, where he went to Japan with Emilio Estevez, I believe.
See,
Who
our
is
generations, even with music and with movies, it's like they're apart, but then there's a bridge there because that's like my early childhood.
well, you were born in you're
93.
28 now, right? 29.
Yeah, 93.
93. So yeah, you're a year.
Gonna be
Uh, huh?
gonna be 29, I guess.
Yeah.
I
See,
forget my.
so even that 5.5, 6 years of difference was huge between the both of us when it came to pop culture.
That's
Because
true.
I can remember being born in '87, the fashion, even with my parents, was still very '80s in the early '90s because it transitions over as it does every decade. And then when Nirvana came out, the '90s fashion really changed with rock, and hip
Yeah.
rap, street rap. And then that's when you started seeing the plaid and all that, like with Pearl Jam. But before that, I can remember my mom taking me to daycare. That was a workout facility that had an old lady that watched us, and they still wore the tube socks and all that, man, with the pink and pastel headbands. This must have been like 92, 91.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was a
So
couple years before old Vinny came along.
yeah. So I mean, it was still very '80s.
Yeah, because you're right. I mean, it's not just like a boom period. Like, oh, this is 80s, this is 90s. It does take a few years to
It
do.
transitions. It blends in, man. Everything blends in.
Yeah,
I can remember
yeah.
hearing
That's
Nirvana, dude. Nevermind smells like Teen Spirit for the first time in the back of my aunt's station wagon, dude. Ford station wagon. And
see,
that's
and
when I
those are the
knew.
things. Man, I never got to have those moments because by the
Hmm.
time I figured out who Nirvana was, he's
It
already
blew his
gone.
brains out. Yeah, yeah. That'll be
Man,
another conversation. We can go down that rabbit hole.
yeah.
There's a film coming out called Bleach. Have you YouTubed that to see the preview?
No.
It's about kind of his last days, last hours, and
Oh
their
shit.
take on it. Yeah.
How do you feel about the? I mean, have you heard about the Kurt Cobain conspiracy? That he didn't, kill himself.
That Courtney Love did it.
Right, that she had something to do with it. What do you feel about that, or how do you feel about it?
No, man. I mean, I don't. I think she was a horrible influence and a drug addict as well. With heroin and all that. And
Yeah,
I absolutely think that he took his own life.
yeah, it just makes
Yeah.
sense, right?
I mean, dude, when you're on drugs like that, come on, man. And if
Yeah,
you look at what people said about him and what he said about himself, well before they were famous, he was, from what I understood, suicidal before fame ever hit him. Um, and I think that just magnified, you know,
yeah. But man,
that.
talk about some classics, man. Like Nirvana Unplugged. Like that was the first time where I heard soft music that could also be so dark.
That's
You
considered.
know?
I think they consider that the best unplugged ever. I would that and Alice in Chains when he had the pink hair
Okay.
on Unplugged. My God,
Yeah,
dude.
because they tried
Yeah.
that so many times. Remember when they did like Corn Unplugged and it just didn't take.
Yeah, but Jonathan Davis did that solo where he went around and did the Queen of the Damned soundtrack, which he made, he produced or whatever. Have you
Oh,
seen that movie? That's a
uh-uh.
classic, Queen of the Damned.
No, but I know that he's attached to it.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
did the soundtrack. It had him, David Draymond from Disturbed, dude, Wayne Static from Static
mm,
X, who also passed away. Rip to Wayne. All the big time people. Rockstar's been dropping like flies left and right. If you keep up with that.
dude, I mean, hey, it's the lifestyle. I guess you want to say if you want to say it's cliche, but it's also sad, very sad. I
When you
mean,
do heroin and cocaine for 30 years, yeah, it's
oh
yeah.
gosh, and we were Nirvana earlier. Like, there, I was gonna compare it, but then I don't even want to compare it like Nirvana to Linkin Park because it's like you almost can kind of see the lyrics. When it comes to, I guess you could say, a depression between both of the frontmans. Which
Oh,
led
dude,
to
I
their.
think that's common in rock and roll history. Well, hard rock and heavy metal is artists are typically depressed people, and that's how they express it.
Yeah, that's very true, man.
Hey, man,
That's
I mean, people
people
are
like
attracted to dark
exactly.
music.
Yep, yep, exactly. I think we said
I
that
love
exact same time.
yeah, Jinx. I
Yeah,
love
man.
I love dark music, but did you know that studies show that listening to heavy metal actually helps with depression?
I can see how.
It can be very uplifting in its own way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's
Yeah,
something you
I
should look
mean,
up. Yeah.
yeah, that's a good topic. Next time you come on, we're both gonna have little glasses on. We're gonna be doing our
Hmm.
research. We're gonna be looking up these encyclopedias and shit.
Yeah, one of us isn't a dropout, but We
So
should talk about the fraternity. I'm kidding. You can edit that part out. Just
no,
kidding,
dude, I
bro.
don't care. Dude, I mean, if you want to talk, well, yeah, maybe we should wait on that. Well, that's another conversation for another time. I haven't
About
gotten to my 30 years on the podcast anyway.
about the fraternity and
Yeah, so that might take some time. Wait, what do you know? Yeah, you can bring up anything, dude. I don't care.
I never was into fraternities, sororities, any of that. Even when I met my wife, I had reservations. She was a sorority girl, but it turned out she hated it the whole time, and so that really turned me on.
Yeah, it's like they want to say that like it's teaching you like networking and marketing skills and business skills and stuff, but then you're learning it from people, your peers. They're all your
Yeah,
peers.
who
Like
hasn't
like
who haven't graduated yet?
exactly, they have no real world experience, no real business experience. Just
Yeah.
because they took in a few more business classes than you, they think they know, and then
Man,
like
my
the
daddy
treasure.
owns a my daddy owns a Raising Cane's chain.
Exactly. That's literally what you see. And then it's like, imagine like you're gonna make these friends, these brothers, but you're gonna have to pay $500 a semester to do so. And then who are you paying? Who's the treasurer? Oh, another 23-year-old kid. Oh, that's teaching them how to embezzle at a young age. Like, like what the fuck? And then
Yeah, and then
not
they all
only
get
that,
alcohol poisoning. Yeah,
yeah, if you're like 50 people give 500 a semester, and they still ask you for more money. Like, for what? And it's a bunch of BS, man. It's a
that's like
bunch
the
of
college asking you for money after you graduate. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, it's like
I'm still
imagine you
paying
go
my
through high
student
school.
loans.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's like imagine going through high school and like you're finally in college where you're supposed to be independent, but then you join a group called a fraternity where you're controlled by your peers. It's like it doesn't make no sense.
Mm, it's kind of
Actually,
like
all of it.
getting a job. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess is that
but
what's
you
supposed
pay
to show
them.
you how to literally and physically get fucked at a young age? We need to have to cut that out.
Possibly be bisexual
Yeah, exactly.
or bestiality,
Yeah.
preferably.
So yeah, the
But
fraternity is the creator of kinks, is what you're saying. It's awesome.
what we were talking earlier before we started recording this top five, going back to music. I think our key focus would be music here. And then
Okay.
I have one more question. Um, I do have a 10.5-month-old son for everyone out there. So time is
Yes.
limited. Vinny, who lives in Mushroom Universe land, whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. One day it'll happen. I promise, man. You'll understand.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I'm trying to soak up what little freedom I have. I mean, I don't want to say it like that because most people put it. It's kind of a cliche, but it's like it's a different type of freedom and responsibility that you have. And I just can't wait to experience that. But one day.
Uh, Before the music, are you still playing Valhalla?
I haven't played in a while, dude. I've been on Madden too much. Do
I
you play Madden?
I play NHL.
See, I was just gonna ask you about that. If one wanted to get into hockey, would buying a game like NHL like is a good start? I mean, of course, watching, but like, could I get into NHL hockey, the game, without knowing nothing about
Just
hockey?
watching or going out and playing? Because I've never played actual ice hockey, but I grew up playing
No,
street
like,
hockey. Yeah.
yeah, if I knew nothing about hockey, like I know nothing about hockey, but it looks cool. So if I like, would I be able to play the game? Like, does the game have
Yeah.
enough
I mean,
instructions and tutorials?
yeah, it walks you through. It has a tutorial just like Madden would. It would be a little more difficult because actually the game taught me a lot. I grew up watching and playing street hockey and going to San Antonio Iguanas here before they became the Rampage, which are no longer here, I believe. And I'm a huge Dallas Stars fan. Um, and the game, I had forgotten so much about the rules, and now the game brushed it all up on me.
Nice.
But I need NHL 2022. I have 21. But right now, I'm still playing Tom Clancy, the Division 2. The game's just never ending. It just keeps going and going, which I'm very happy about because I bought it for like $10, $11 on Amazon, brand new.
Nice.
But I do need to get back into Assassin's Creed. I thought about re-downloading it just to see what kind of updates they have, but I just don't have the
Yeah.
time. I mean, I can get like an hour spare time. That's just not enough for that game.
No, you want to, yeah, that was one of the games that you get lost in, and then you're like, oh
Hmm.
shit, like 3-4 hours has passed, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's tough in some situations.
But I did really respect that game because a lot of it was historically accurate, to a degree, of course.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I know you got a big brain for history.
I mean, I do have a history degree. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's another thing that connected us is my in like infatuation with history, but not understanding it, and then your understanding of it and the way you're able to. I don't know, like I always told you, should be a teacher, a professor, or something, because the way you put it together and the way you press it, I don't know, it just seems a
Present
lot
it.
better.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I mean, I only have like two focuses, man. I mean, I did Mesoamerican history, which is like Maya and Aztec history, pre, European colonial invasion and all that, Catholicism, and then afterward, during and after. And then I love World War II history and a little bit and a decent amount of Viking, Northern European history. The
Right.
Roman and Greek stuff, man, is so dense and so, I mean, 1,000+ years, Roman Empire. It's like
Mhm.
if you're not a beginner, read that. You need to be in it for the whole thing, or else it's just pointless.
Damn.
Compared to
Yeah,
something like the Viking, which is like 300+ years or whatever it was, and then that era ended.
hmm Oh, but the Romans,
Yeah,
they
like
kind of
I'm
conquered
not gonna
the
read just one emperor. That's not even a drop of water in the bucket. Like
Yeah,
you got to be spend months, years on that, and I just don't want to.
dude, have you saw this? I don't know if it was a group of historians or something. They actually like spent years and they actually rebuilt like the whole Roman city, like building for building. Did you hear
Was
about
it like
that? You
all?
gotta look it
Mm-mm.
up.
Dude,
And it
imagine
was like,
seeing that.
yeah, they like it was like a like a one of those um, architect type model deals, but
Yeah, it was a
literally,
model. Yeah,
yeah, building for building, and it was supposed to be accurate to the T,
dude,
and it
so
just
much of
looked,
that was marble. So much was that
huh?
marble, and so much of that was marble, and they got all that money through war and taxing and all that. Dude, that must have been insane. Imagine being the Julius Caesar, how powerful you were.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the arguments. Like, well, even I've even heard you say this argument. Like, even with something like the pyramids, or like building these huge marble structures and whatnot. It's like, was it you that said like there's probably people that was their life. Like they got up and they just that was their craft.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
And that's
indentured
how they were gonna do
servants,
it.
something. Yeah, basically like dude, you would die building the pyramids, never see it done. Or you would be an emperor and you would start something like for instance the Colosseum, and then you would be halfway dead. You know? They didn't have forklifts and cranes, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, generations and generations. Like, yeah, the pyramid. Wasn't there like I think it was like one or two pharaohs had passed already before it was finished, like
Oh
from the
bro,
original construction. It.
dude, they had to carry massive, what was it, like, I don't know what type of stones those were. What the
Was it like
pyramids used to be
limestone?
covered. Yeah, they
Well, I
used
know
to be
the
covered.
outside was
Yeah,
limestone.
with like gold at the top and like, see,
Yeah,
my Egyptian history is not, it's even more ancient than the Roman, so it's
right.
super deep. So I don't want to
Yeah,
pretend that
exactly.
I even
But
know what I'm talking about.
well, going back full circle, I mean, that's what these games like Assassin's Creed do bring. They do bring that
Yeah,
curiosity.
that's
There's
what
a
I
little
love
bit of
about it.
fantasy in there as well.
It teaches you so much, dude. The history on there is real. Like I
Yeah.
could verify it when I was reading. I'm like, I really give these people credit.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, we need
But
a
of
game
course,
like
yeah,
that.
it's fantasy as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what takes people out. I think that's why it's not as big as a game as it was. Even when Odyssey came out, the one about ancient Greece, it was overshadowed by Redemption
Hmm.
2.
Hmm.
Way overshadowed by that. And I think that kind of backstory with the whole animus and going back to finding DNA and going back into, I think that's what kind of disconnects people. If it wasn't for that, if it was just strictly on these historical periods, it'd be a much bigger game than it is.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have the cool,
Like
then there wouldn't be a
Assassin's
story.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
as I know you like to say.
Hmm. But
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, kind of World War II is where it's really at for me, but that's a whole conversation within itself. That
Dude,
changed the
we should
world,
go
dude.
over that because that's
That,
something I'd like to brush on. And what better way than talk about it with you?
I mean, it's still affecting us to this day. The outcome of that war, if you really think about it, going
Really,
to the
how so?
Soviet Union, the collapse of the Union. Now we have Russia going back into the Ukraine. I don't know if you're keeping up with that, but the
Yeah.
invasion of
Do
Ukraine. Yeah,
you think Russia and Ukraine and stuff's about to pop off over there?
dude, it'd be one hell of a waste of time if it didn't, because they're really showing off. Yeah.
And if it does, are are we seeing another U.S. draft?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't
I'm
think we'll
not
get
an expert
involved.
on that. I don't think we'll ever see a draft in our lifetime. No.
Really? Well, we're already kind of
Nuclear.
past the age, right? That we have to worry about.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think nuclear warfare. uh, I think that overpowers any
Cyber
draft, man, because it doesn't, you know,
We're just gonna
the
send
push
out
of a
Transformers. Just our
yeah.
Transformer versus.
But
That'll be it.
yeah, World War II affected the world so much. The outcomes even here today. You can still see it, but it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, shady stuff there. Yeah, that's way beyond my knowledge. I don't even know
Mm.
how, can we all just get along? But of course, it's not that easy in this world.
No, humans can't, man. We're animals.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly.
That's why we
What
have
would
music.
you say is the next stage in evolution? Would you say cyber people? If you had
The
to
what?
guess.
The
If
what?
you had to guess the next stage in human evolution, would you guess we become
Mm,
cyborgs?
no, I think it would be much. I think that'll happen eventually. I mean, if you think about it, there's already metal plants and people from
Yeah,
broken
exactly.
arms, so you're kind of a cyborg there, but you don't have computer technology. No, I think like brain transplants and stuff like that. Possibly, who knows, man? I think it'll be much more down to
I have
earth, so to speak.
I have this wild theory that with global warming and everything supposed to be getting hotter and everything, that we're just gonna lose our hair. Like that's the next stage. Like the movie Dune, everyone's worried about they got nose plugs, they're worried about getting sand in their nose. It's all hot. They got their hair covered. In that stage of life, why does anyone need hair? You would think everyone would just be bald if everything's hot and you're worried about the sand and shit, right? You would think that
You
we're gonna get to a time where
you
everyone's
would
bald.
you would watch out. You have a mountain lion behind you. Oh God.
Yeah.
Is that Logan?
Yeah. Oh, Logan.
Hey Logan. Um, you would actually need hair, man. I'm gonna sound nerdy here, but you would need the hair to protect your scalp from sun cancer, skin cancer.
But then when you just wear a wrap, you got one anyway.
You
like
would,
Ermac
but
style.
then you would, but evolution would still keep your hair. Yeah, because it would be necessary. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for proving me wrong, Walt.
Yeah, it was a horrible.
Hey, that was one of those thoughts where I'm sitting there and I'm like, you would think that we would lose all our
Yeah,
hair because why
that's
are
a
they
good
worried about
idea.
their hair?
That's a good thought. But I think personally, because we have hair and all this on it, I mean, you get skin cancer very easily, especially if you're light skinned. And that's why we have different hair types and beard types because of the environment you live in.
So you're assuming that in the future we still won't have a cure for cancer. Can't even talk.
I think there probably already is one. I mean, how many more donations do they need?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so bad. Why? Yeah.
I mean,
you're
they
right.
found they made COVID very fast, didn't they?
Yeah.
But they
Ooh.
can't find a cure for cancer. They want more and more money. How many failures can you have?
Yeah. And look up what the CEOs make of all those charity
Mm.
organizations. Hey, before I let you get out of here, Walt, I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to start maybe, when we have guests, we're going to ask every guest this. So starting with you, you're going to start a tradition here. So if you had to pick your
I'm
top
honored.
5, yeah, thank you. If you had to pick the top 5 bands or artists, but knowing you, it's going to be bands. So top 5 bands.
Mhm. 1 to 5, like one being the best.
I mean, if you know a ranking that way, you can, or you can do no
I do.
specific.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a music nerd, man. As you can see,
Yeah.
all my stuff behind me. That's nothing.
Yeah, there you
I have
go.
a huge collection of music. It's almost all.
Oh, that's your collection right there? Nice.
That's like 1% of it, bro.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I know about you and CDs. That's awesome.
yeah. Pantera, first and foremost, forever, man. I mean, the Abbott brothers, Vinny Paul and Dimebag Darrell, rest in peace. I'm still pissed off that they're both dead now.
Yeah, it's sad.
But hang on, the thing was beeping. Sorry.
Is that your baby monitor?
I don't know what that was. That was weird.
Oh.
It just made like a cell phone. Second, Stained, because I love good, dark, depressing music. And Stained, they know how.
Wow.
They know how to write a chorus. It's my wife.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell her 5 minutes. I apologize.
Let her know we're finishing up here.
3, Mudvayne.
Oh, okay.
Because I love new metal. And I love Korn too. They're in my top 10. 4, Godsmack. You know I love Godsmack. I love Sully Erner's voice.
Oh, yeah.
I stand. 5, Deftones. There's no other band like Deftones.
Pretty generation, I would say. Yeah.
You gotta love Deftones.
You've seen Deftones live. What other bands have you seen, or have you seen any of those other bands on that list live?
I've seen Deftones once. Bud Light City River Rockfest 2014. It's nothing but like huge power chords. It's awesome. I've seen.
Yeah. I like Deftones, but I just don't get the the talking and the mark all the time.
Yeah, that's unique. That's what I like about them.
Yeah.
I've seen Stain like 3 or 4 times. Never seen Mudvayne, but I've seen them in their other super groups like Hell Yeah with Vinny Paul before he passed. I've seen all the Pantera people, not in Pantera, but in their other super group bands, except for Dimebag Darrell. I've seen Philip Anselmo, Rex Brown in the band Down, and their other band Superjoint Ritual, which is awesome. And then Vinny Paul in Hell Yeah.
Nice.
And then Godsmack, I've seen them live once. Yeah.
I can't remember if I saw Godsmack at Crew Fest. No, I think that was the second year. No, I haven't seen Godsmack. I would like to see them.
They did tour with them, and they Sully Erner didn't like Nikki Sixx.
Really? Dang. See, I think it was the second Crew Fest. I went to the first one. It was Papa Roach or something. Yeah. I was. Hey, have you been through a Papa Roach phase?
No, I never will.
Oh my gosh! No, everyone I went through a Papa Roach phase.
No, yeah. The only thing I liked about him was when he did that. What was it, Stitches or something, where the MTV show Scarred. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they would show all those insane freaking
Jacoby
injuries.
Shaddix. Yeah, dude, that was gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was like pre-YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like ridiculously, even like all that.
That was pretty. Yeah. He needs to get credit for that.
Yeah, crazy shit. But anyway, dude, what, you got something else?
No, I was gonna say thank you for having me, man. Hopefully we can do this.
Like I cut you off. I don't want to make it awkward now.
No. Hopefully, depending on how people like, if they like this or not, we can do this religiously.
Yeah, dude, I would love to have you on, like, whenever you want. Just let me know. We'll make this happen. Hopefully I get everything worked out, and then next time it'll be a lot smoother to start. But yeah, right. Dude, thank you for coming on, shooting the shit, and catching up. So we're gonna be doing this. This is a good way to just catch up and let it get going.
Runners, baby. All right, man.
All right, bro.
Okay, well, let me say one more thing, and then I'll get out of here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wrestling's fake, man. So
you're gonna start a whole nother conversation. How are you gonna end it with that?
Well, okay, that's a good one. Now you got to invite me back.
Yeah, there we go. And you love that shit too. That's what I'm
I do.
Yeah.
What?
Well, we'll talk about that next time. But anyway, all right, dude. Well, you have a good night. Keep that baby safe, and tell the fam I love them. I don't know.
All right, I love you all too. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bro.
See you
later.
Bye.